The future of AI is uncertain. However, I can tell you right now that it did not enslave me, but it sure helped me fix my hot tub that was not heating. So I used Chat GPT and it saved me probably over $400 in pool repairs. You got to check this out. There is no way that water temperature is 95 degrees. There it is, OTA system lockout. So that's most likely that temperature sensor. I need to replace that. Oh, springtime is here. Time to get this thing ready to rock. Summertime's even gonna be better. Only issue is we've got an Aquacal heat pump, and now it is showing this problem: OTA system lockout, call for service. Thank God for Chat GPT. It showed me and it directed me and everything I need to do to fix this myself so I could save a little bit of cash, because we all know things are going a little bit crazy in the economic environment right now. So I'm going to show you how to fix it. Well, the theory is Chat GPT helped me, so we'll see if it works. According to Chat GPT, let me see if I can show. Hopefully you can see it down in there, but it's kind of a bad angle. But what I'm going to do is replace a sensor that's on the inlet portion of the water pump there. And what it is that's just a water temperature sensor. So when we tried to run this thing earlier, what it was showing is, without any heat applied or anything like that, that the water temperature was getting up to 96 degrees, then eventually we'll go to the OTA lockout. So it thinks that the water temperature is exceeding 110 degrees, so it's not gonna work, period. So, and that was all from Chat GPT. So what we need to do is order the part. It was awesome. Chat GPT even showed me what part I needed to order, directed me to Amazon, and I picked this thing up. So for what could potentially be a $350 pool service visit, not to include the parts, which they would probably charge another $120 for this, is now reduced to $17 from Amazon. I don't know how much longer the prices on Amazon are going to stay so cheap, but this is it. This is the sensor. It's right here, just in case you need to know. It's going to be the ECS0275. All right, real simply put, comes with a nice, let's see, a clamp so you can have it on there. Comes with the adapter, which I will need for my circuit board. And then here comes with the O-ring, everything's complete. This is what I need to install. I believe it was $17.99. But just to be sure, the model number, and there it is. I got the 115 Alpha Hotel Delta Sierra, let's see, Bravo Papa Hotel. Have this specific model, then hopefully this is what's going to fix yours. So I already started messing with this, but you're going to see that this plastic panel here needs to come off. And there's a screw here, there's a screw here, there's a screw there, another one over here, one down there. And then what should happen is it should just pop right off. All right, so now this is all exposed, and the sensor that, according to Chat GPT, it's the first one that goes to the inlet. That's what we need to replace. So in order to access the connection, I got to remove these 4 bolts here, because this is going to be where your circuit board is to go ahead and hook this, get rid of it, and install the new one. One thing I forgot to do, first and foremost, I'm not a professional pool guy. I'm just somebody trying to save a buck, so take it for what it's worth. It may behoove you, if you don't have any mechanical inclination, don't do this at home. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off my pool. Next thing is take off, so it's the heater pump, take off all electricity from it. Don't want to cause any hospital visits, that'd be bad. Now I can take a look at my, see, so this control board is off, so that helps a lot. Before I pull anything off, I just had an idea. What I'm gonna do is probably go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and drain the filter here. So I'm going back over to my pool. I'm gonna make sure it's all turned off so it doesn't actually accidentally turn on me, because that would be bad. Super important, make sure your Aquacal is disconnected from electricity, and you can see here my heat pump is disconnected. Pool pump, that's coming off. And just real simple for what I have here is go ahead and release all the air pressure from there. And now I'm gonna drain all the water out. And what the theory is, hopefully I create it where this is no longer full of water, so I don't have water spitting back up at me, so that when I pull the sensor out, I don't have to worry about it, much of water being all over the place. At least that's the theory, so we'll see. Use my nubby screwdriver to get these off of here. There you go, I have access to my control board, which is down here. All this other stuff I should not be touching or messing with. Right here, now what I gotta do is just to verify that. So it turns out that that second one is actually the sensor that needs to be replaced. So do your due diligence following the wire when you look at that wire diagram. Is the water temp sensor. I'm gonna go over here to the back of the the back of the control board cover here, and all I'm gonna do is pretty much just look right here, and you can see it says pool water temperature sensor. So it's this one, and it doesn't really have any, I don't think it has any color coding, but I can tell from this board, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 connectors, and you can see that there's 4 connectors down there, so it's that bottom blue one. So that's the one I need to remove. Then following this connector here, this one goes up, around, and it looks like it's all zip tied together. So what I'm probably gonna have to do is cut this and just separate it all so I can replace this. All right, let's go in here, cut this zip tie. Man, this is super hard to do while you're filming. Super hard to do one-handed while filming. Get this thing all set up and pull that out. Definitely gonna need these to adapt it to a circuit board. All right, not sure which side goes which, but what I will do is just try. There we are. Actually, you know what? I'm probably gonna have to take this off, run it through, and then reinstall it. So, because of that little hole that leads to, well, I'm not too sure if you're gonna run into this problem, but this thing fell apart on me pretty easily. So now what I'm gonna do is use the old sensor, and I'm going to see here, this old sensor, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off and adapt it to this one. So it should be relatively simple and easy to use, and for whatever reason, if it's not lining or syncing up correctly, cool thing is I got plenty to do this, and I don't even need to use any. I got some awesome all weatherproof connectors, so I'm going to take care of that now. After some surgery, I got this all set up and hooked up, so what I'm going to do is run it now, and I got to run the white part up through, connect it to the circuit board in there, and then reinstall the water temperature sensor, and hopefully this thing will work. We'll see if Chat GPT is actually as smart as they say it is. So what I did was installed the new water temp sensor, got it hooked up to the circuit board, cleaned up a lot of this. What I'm going to do is hook up power to see if we get the OTA lockout. Theory is it should turn on. All right, no pool water flow, that's normal. Give it a second. In the meantime, what I can do is get the pool going, get water back into that sensor, check for any leaks. At the end, clean up anything that looks kind of messy. So, get the pool pump going back, turn the pool on. No pool, spa, water flow. Water is flowing now. Water's filling up, water's flowing through there. That's awesome. I've got a massive leak. I'll fix that in a second. Water temp is 84, 83, it's going down. Cool, so I've just gotta fix the leak now. So most likely that is fixed. So I'm gonna shut everything down, rinse and repeat. All right, sorry I don't have it on film, but I tightened the heck out of that thing now. So I'm gonna check to see if there's a water leak. Turn everything back on. All right, everything's coming back. All right, so far so good. Don't see a leak. So just make sure that you get that clamp nice and tight and use a nubby. And also watch out for this here. This is sharp. I don't know if I cut myself yet. I always find out after. All right, so no leaks. Let's check what the panel's showing. Water temp is down to 78, so that's good news. Got a high probability of my heater working. So now what we will do is I'm gonna kick it on to see that the compressor's working. Pull heat, ultra temp. Let's get the heater so you guys can see. Let's go to 90. Fan kicked on, so that's all good news. Now what we're waiting to do is to see if the compressor kicks. Right now I'm showing 78 degrees water temperature. It's probably a little bit less than that. 78 versus what the IntelliSensor is saying it's at 77. So it's pretty close. This is always the fun part. Now you're waiting for that compressor to kick on. It goes grrr. Super happy about the fact that the temperatures are now matching. And I think that was the main problem. So if this thing kicks on, Chat GPT saved me 350 bucks. It did take me about 2.5 hours to mess with this because the part that I got from Amazon needed a little surgery because it fell apart. So I had to figure that out on my own. Another thing, I'm not a professional pool guy. I'm just a guy that wants to save money. So if you're not good with doing any of this kinds of stuff, I highly recommend you have somebody come out and service it. What do you guys think about with all these tariffs? What's going on with you? Has it affected you? I know it's going to affect me, especially with a lot of people not traveling as much. So I've got to think about making sure I have another job in mind just in case I get furloughed from an airline. It says compressor delay another 30 seconds, so we'll see. There it goes. I got the heating indicator, the little red light going. It just kicked on. So if you have on this specific Aquacal the OTA system lockout, you need to replace that sensor. Amazon sells it anywhere as of right now from $15 and I've seen up to $17, $18, $19. I'm putting a link in the description. So pretty much that's it. I can go over and try to feel if the pool's getting hotter. I know for a fact it's going to be getting hotter because that compressor kicked on. So if you guys like this video, you know what to do. Go ahead and send it to all your buddies, anybody who has an Aquacal out there, anybody who's trying to be smarter in order to save money for themselves. I really appreciate you taking the time to take a look at this content. Otherwise, the only thing I'm going to do when I'm done here is I've just got to clean up all this wiring, button up the circuit board here, and then put on this rear plastic panel. So remember, if you have any issues on trying to find where the actual sensor is, just follow your wire diagram. You'll be able to find it if you have any know-how. And then that's it. I really appreciate your time, guys. Cool thing is me and my family get to enjoy the pool. Mainly for me, for my muscles, I get to enjoy my hot tub now. So take care, have a great summer. See ya.